Welcome back. Again, we've got Mark Glazer on the line from the Venza Group. Mark is going to have a quick interview with us, tell us a little bit about what his group does for hotels. Mark, you want to give us like a 30-second nutshell commercial for Venza?
Sure, I could do that. Well, since 2007, we focused specifically on the hospitality industry. And we saw a need for hoteliers worldwide to have a repeatable approach to system training. And this repeatable approach that we designed is what we became known for in the industry. In the past, we developed a pretty impressive resume working with brands like Mandarin Oriental Hotel Group out of Hong Kong, and Intercontinental Hotel Group, and Jumeirah out of Dubai, and Protea Hotels out of South Africa, just to name a few. But primarily with system training, property management systems, point-of-sale systems, revenue management systems, training on the systems that run hotels worldwide. That's what we're known for in the industry. But in 2010, we recognized a need developing not just for system training, but for performance and compliance training. And to address that need, we partnered with a national law firm, Arnold Golden Gregory, that specializes also in the hospitality industry. And we worked with them to receive a series of content for PCI, sexual harassment prevention, and other compliance topics. And we've taken this content and put it into our repeatable e-learning solution that has been successful for us for years. And we've created a new compliance and performance series called Venza Peak. And this new Peak series is in line with our mission statement to build productivity in hospitality worldwide. Not just being a one-stop shop for just systems training, but now how else can we cause an impact on the world of hoteliers? And we realize that compliance and performance coupled together with systems training, with that we're able to help hoteliers more on a global scale.
PCI has almost become like a buzzword in the hotel, industry, our industry, but, just in a global consciousness. And it's almost one of those terms that is, tinged with fear. So what caused the spark of PCI being so dominant a thing in just business culture in just the last 3 to 5 years, really?
Well, for sure, it's the breaches, and it's the lives that have been ruined by the information that's been lost by these breaches. So not only is it a function of hotels being fined for for infractions and for losing information, but also it's a function of their guests that they're entrusted with the protection of, that are losing their credit and their savings because of the breach that has occurred at the hotel. So that's why it's become almost religious and a huge topic of conversation, I believe.
No, I agree completely. I'm calling to mind, again, for those hoteliers or general managers that either aren't as familiar with the importance of PCI or just haven't quite jumped on the bandwagon as far as the importance of having good systems. That this is not just, we're not talking about just an identity theft scenario. Best Western in 2012, I believe it was, in Germany had its Priority Club systems hacked on their overseas German market. Which meant that, due to a breach of one hotelier, just what negligent systems of one hotelier, a boyfriend of an employee was able to get into PC reward systems and had access to personal information. And in this case, it wasn't necessarily credit card information, but definitely sensitive information. So this is important not just on your local hotel level, but on a brand level and on a much larger basis. So it's definitely something where diligence starts in your backyard, but goes all the way up the chain to the very highest levels of a corporate structure. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. And I think what we do is we don't really help you become PCI compliant per se, but once you are PCI compliant, you want to stay that way by keeping your employees educated about how to remain in compliance. And I think what we've done different in the industry is that we in the industry you can find a few folks out there that also have training modules for hotels. It's very generic training. And that's all well and good. But we found through our research and through our due diligence with our customers that nobody has a training module that provides a layer of business intelligence behind it. And what I mean specifically by that is I don't mean just being able to run a report to see who took the training and who didn't take the training, who passed and who didn't pass. Let's say in the world of PCI compliance where you have 12 requirements, what kind of data can you bubble up to the surface to show a hotel where their risks lie in the organization? We've created this business intelligence layer with our training, and we call it TrainTel technology. And what it allows the corporate office to do is log in after all the employees have taken the training and see detailed, accurate, and appropriate data. And they can farm this data by drilling down to a specific requirement by individual employee or hotel or region, and they could see on which requirement their employees are weak, not just that they got an acceptable percentage of correct answers. And if necessary, they can proactively provide additional training like an email explaining the employee's area of weakness, or a lunch and learn if they see a trend in a certain region, or personal coaching by their manager, or perhaps more e-learning. But this way the employees can mitigate their risk before an infraction occurs. And additionally, a big problem in the industry is that PCI compliance, for example, last year changed, the regulations changed 7 different times. And what we found through our customers is that they've told us that the law, when the laws and requirements change, not only is there a cost to change the training itself to reflect the new content, but typically the employees pulled away from their regular duties to take the amended training again. For example, and with our training, each employee is tracked by employee code. And when the requirements change, then the training changes, and we can download a single amendment to the training instead of the employee having to sit through a 30-minute course 7 times in 1 year to stay current. Our TrainTel will keep track of that, and our legal partners, Arnold Gold and Gregory, will help keep that training up to date and pertinent.
So that's amazing. So it gets a lot of the redundancy out of the system. That's fantastic. Scott, I know you've got a lot more experience with this group than I do, and I'm sure you've got you're ready to run with a bunch of questions. So why don't I let you go ahead and take the point here and continue with Mark.
Okay, Mark. Well, let's just say I am a hotel company, that I've got X number of hotels, and I'm interested in this and learning more about what you do. How are you protecting my hotels from legal exposure? And if I understand what you're saying, you've got training modules that document training with my employees that show that they know this, and that, and how to do things properly. But could you tell me a little bit more about that? How is this protecting me from legal exposure?
Okay. Well, first of all, we have the TrainTel technology, which shows that you're proactive. So when the credit card companies come to you and say you may have had an infraction, you're able to show them, document to them that each person is in compliance and has been trained in advance. Also, we have 3 different modules, which no one else has for our PCI compliance training. One is for employees, the other is for managers, and the third is for IT. We found that no one has, that many of the breaches occur because of someone going into the back end of a system with a password that was given to someone to get remote access, and that's a function of a problem with the IT staff. So this training allows you to document that your IT staff has been trained and they understand the policies and procedures of your specific hotel, in addition to your your front desk being trained, and everyone else that accepts credit cards of the hotel, food and beverage, and everyone else. So it's able to protect you from the point that you can document that everyone has been trained and that they understand the policies and procedures. Another thing is that compliance regulation number 12 says that each person will document that they know where in the specific hotel's policies and procedures are located, and they've read them. And what happens is each hotel, no matter how many employees they have to have a signature page for each one of those people, and they have to store that signature page no matter how much turnover they have in the hotel. With our training, because it's cloud-based, it has a little check mark at the very end of the training that says you understand and acknowledge that you've read your hotel's policies and procedures, and that you know where they're located if you should need them. And you're able to check that off, and so rather than having to store hundreds or thousands of signature pages at the hotel, it's already there and documented.
Yeah, that's definitely important. Especially in our legal society, I'm seeing more and more need for services like this. I saw statistics the other day, and I'm trying to remember where it was, like over half of credit card fraud was coming from our industry.
I've heard that too. They say 55% of all credit card fraud comes from the hospitality industry, and 38% of all the breaches come from hotels themselves.